how to date like Janice. Is Lori Harvey dating? I was going to do a video today, but I'm a little annoyed. I'm annoyed because people are in relationships for 2 years and you call that dating. That is not dating. Not according to the definition of dating, because dating is about what? Data. Dating is about data. And I have a new book coming out. As a matter of fact, somebody's tried to take a dig at me and said, Janice, you said you dated a lot of guys. So what's the difference? And I had to break the difference down. But then I tell her, get the book when it come out. Because when I was dating, if I met a man that was tall, gorgeous, but had stinky breath, bye. I got some data that I didn't like. Your breath stink. I should not be able to smell your breath if you're standing in front of me, with the exception if you just had tuna for lunch. That's what we're going to talk about really, really quick this morning. We're going to talk about dating. It is important, ladies, for those of you who are listening to my content and following my content, to understand that dating is about data. That's it. That's not your man, and you ain't your baby daddy. You don't know if you're going to get married. You don't sleep with him. You do not get in a relationship, because you don't need to be in a relationship to get data. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for those of you who picked up my books and joined my Patreon and my membership. I adore you. I put up 10 Years a Girlfriend here. I need reviews if you have a review, 10 Years a Girlfriend. And this book is very important for today, because a lot of women are in 10-year relationships. Talk about your dating. You're not dating. You already got the data. He don't want to marry you, and you're still sticking around. So I post this little shot in my community tab from Facebook. She says, I was 41 dating a 47-year-old man. We were both divorced. We were together 2 years when I told him, either get it together and we looked at marriage, or I'm out. He said he never wanted to get married again or live with anyone full time. What's the difference between him and Lori Harvey? He didn't want to be married. I did, so I bounced. You're a dum-dum. The difference is you're a dum-dum that at 41, ma'am, you still do not understand how to date. Why? Why did it take you 2 years to find out that a man doesn't want to get married? In 2 years, me and my husband, we had met, we was married and having a baby. Met, dated, got engaged, got married, and was working on a baby in 2 years. And it took you 2 years to find out that this man do not want to get married when you want to get married. So why wasn't that a conversation you had up front? That's like a first conversation to me. Do you want to get married? No, man, I don't want to get married. Okay, then that's when you should have bounced. But see, what a lot of women do, you think you got the power pussy, the power cat, and the power cat is going to make him want to marry you. And so you wash, cook, clean, having climbed the wall called Sweet Baby Jesus. And then 2 years later, you talk about, I want to get married. And he's like, I don't want to get married. And I want to, but you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Excuse me. 2 years when I told him either get it together and we look at marriage, or I'm out. He said he never wanted to get married, live with anyone full time. What's the difference? Ma'am, you cannot compare Lori Harvey, a 25-year-old single woman who is figuring her life out, to a 41-year-old foolish woman who's been divorced and wasted 2 years of your life with a man, only to find out 2 years later he doesn't want to get married. That's not what dating is. Dating is about data. If when I had met my husband, he said he didn't want to get married, he wouldn't have even gotten my number. He wouldn't have gotten my number. So why did it take you 2 years to find out this man does not want to get married? That's not dating. That's the typical foolish, delusional woman trying to convince a man to marry her. Dating is about data. Dating is about knowing what you want. I want to be married. So that means because I want to be married, I will only continue to date men who also want to get married. So, do you want to get married? That's a first date conversation, not sex. Y'all want to be talking about sex on the first date, how he like it, how he can lick you, flip you over, have you climbing the wall, climbing Jesus, how he can have make you come 55 times, but you don't know if this man want to get married and you want to get married. That's what you should be talking about, not sex on the first date. Why is it that 2 years, 5 years, 10 years later, you are figuring out that this man does not want to get married? That is not dating. That's called foolishness and delusionality, that you can make a man change his mind about you. Let me explain something to you. I really do believe, you know how babies are innate. Marriage is innate for women. Babies are innate for women. Yes, there are maybe one or two that don't want to get married, really don't want to get married, and don't want to have babies, one or two. But most 99.999% of women want to get married and want to have babies. It's innate. I really do believe that marriage is also innate for men. But the difference with men and women is men understand it's a responsibility, just like having kids are a responsibility. I really do believe men really understand marriage more than women do, because we just want the ring. We want to be loved and taken care of and adored. We do not understand the responsibility and the weight of marriage. This man is thinking, do I want to take on the responsibility of this woman? Do I love her enough that I want to die for her, that I want to lay my life down for her? And this is what a lot of women do not understand. This man must make it up in his mind by himself, independent of you, that I love her, I want her, I want to be with her. I want to take on the responsibility for her. I want to protect her. I want to profess my love to her. I want to provide for her. That's something I women do not understand. This is why you don't propose to a man. This is why you don't beg a man to marry you. This is why you don't force a man to marry you. This is why you don't build a fake life with a man in hopes that one day he's going to marry you. This is why you don't sit around and wait for him to be ready to marry you, because when he gets ready, he might not want to marry you. You might not want to be the one. See, everything God created, the devil has created a counterfeit. Marriage, there are a whole lot of counterfeit marriages out here. Fake marriages, 10 years shacking up, calling each other wifey and hubby, and you're not married. It's a counterfeit. You want the real thing, but you haven't met the man who want to give you the real thing, and you probably haven't met him because you laid up under a man who doesn't love you enough, want you enough to protect you, to provide for you, to profess for you, and to lay his life down. Let me explain something to you. A man making it up in his mind to really lay his life down for you. It's like a coming to Jesus moment that a man must have independent of you. So, no, ma'am, you cannot be compared to Lori Harvey, because at 41, you are still stupid, dumb, and delusional, that you wasted 2 years of your life only to find out that the man you was with for 2 years do not want to get married. That is not dating. And a lot of women, you are calling yourself dating and you're wasting your life and your time waiting for this man to marry you. That's a first date, uh, first conversation. It's not 2 years later. Because see, she could have been going out with this guy. She should have gotten the data. And she could have been dating Johnny. And Johnny want to get married. But she didn't get to meet Johnny, who wants to get married, because she's laid up under this man that she wants to get married to. So that's not dating, ma'am. That is not what dating is. Dating is about knowing what you want. And when you meet the guy, you see if they have what you want, then you can continue dating. So if you meet a man who does not, he tells you, I was married before, I'm divorced, I don't want to get married, and you want to get married, you walk away. Move along. That's not somebody you continue to date and spend time wasting dating. He don't want what you want. If you are a born again woman and you want a husband that's born again, I don't know why you wouldn't want a man that's, I don't understand. I don't understand these women who are submitting their lives to the devil. You are dating and marrying these men who has not made Jesus Christ the Lord of his life. I don't know what you're submitting to. You're a woman of God. Why are you submitting to the devil? But that's another conversation. So dating, in the true definition of dating, is about data. Lori wasn't dating. She was in a full-fledged relationship. 2 years, almost 2 years, a year and a half. That's not dating, that's a relationship. And now we are hearing that he's the one that broke it off, which is why she got upset, and she scrubbed all his pictures from her Instagram. Remember yesterday I said, was she trying to be a 10-year girlfriend? She probably said, I'm not ready. I want to live my life and do my thing and be free. And I ain't ready. I'll be ready in 5 years. And he's like, oh, no, I'm ready to get married right now. That's what I'm hearing this morning. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter, because over here on this channel, we're going with school of thought number 3 of Lori and Michael. Anyways, do you understand what dating is? I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Okay. I see people in the comments talk about Lori was dating. That's not dating. That ain't dating. And if you're not ready to get married, then you're not dating. You're looking for a relationship. I just want to be a 10 years a girlfriend until I'm ready. I'm not ready now. So right now I just want to be up underneath somebody, spend time and, do the do and let him spend his money on me. But I'm not ready. I'll be ready about 35. And let me say this. I'm reading a lot of your comments, a lot of y'all in your feeling. I was listening to somebody, I forgot who, yesterday. And he said there's a lot of women that's lined up to marry 35-year-old men. But there's not a lot of men that's lined up to marry a 35-year-old woman. And let me tell you, that's true. A man and a woman, 35-year-old man and a 35-year-old woman is not the same. We're not the same. As soon as you ladies understand that, I guarantee your life will be different. Stop being delusional. We're not the same. There ain't much man lining up to marry a 35-year-old woman. There's not a lot of them. I have to go. I love you. Be sure to show me love for my book. 10 Years a Girlfriend. If you have that, please review for me on Amazon. It's a year old and it hasn't gotten 100 reviews yet. The Naked Wife, of course, and of course, 23,000 guys. I love you. I have to go. Let me know what you think. Do you understand what dating is? Love you. Bye.